Tan from Artemis Oracle doing a specific love energy check-in. So when I say specific, there may be specific details that may come out of this reading that may not resonate with everybody. It may be very specific to one person or certain people, certain circumstances, but nonetheless, there may be a message here for you. If you're new, my name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. I'm currently not answering any questions. I will not be responding to any questions until further notice. So the first card that we have here is sick and tired, over it, moving on, decision made, repetitive cycle. So this message is obviously for someone who has undergone something. I don't know if this is the type of relationship or dynamic in which you constantly kept going back and forth. You kept reconciling, getting back together, breaking up, reconciling, because sick and tired, over it, moving on, decision made, repetitive cycle. It's the same shit, but a different day, But in the bottom, it says reconciliation, putting in the work, better communication, getting back together, and equal give and take. If it isn't like say, let's take the repetitive cycle out of it. Some of you are in a connection where, you're just not happy where things are going. You're ready to move on. You're ready to throw in the towel, as they say, because whatever has transpired has left you drained, has left you maybe even physically ill, depending on what type of dynamic you're dealing with. With the reconciliation card, I don't know if this is something that you've tried to mend, a relationship that you tried to mend, try to put it back together, try to heal, but maybe it's reached that point where reconciliation isn't possible. Okay. But let me go in, because I just noticed that on the bottom of the deck. Let's see. So sick and tired. Anything else? Can you tell me more about the sick and tired? If it is a connection that you don't want to release, it could be that whatever is an ongoing issue, you and whoever you're dealing with haven't found a way to resolve it. Maybe depend on the type of belief system you have. If you believe in therapy, if you believe in, maybe some of you may need to reach out to like couples counseling, go to couples counseling. If this is a relationship that you want to salvage, but if it isn't, then someone needs to make some sort of decision. Someone probably already made a decision too, with sick and tired. Over it, moving on, decision made. Is there anything else? This relationship is looking like it's not one that could be saved because it's over for real. Closure, inner peace, moving on. Beginning, moving on twice. Toxic environment. Bad advice, low vibration, emotional leeching, karmic relationships. So some of you probably like you're sick and tired. You maybe felt like this person that you were dealing with has been like a leech, a vampire, an energetic vampire to you. They leave you feeling drained. They leave you feeling tired. They're leaving you feeling like maybe even hopeless. But like I said, some of you have reached this point where you no longer feel like there's nothing left to save in the connection and that you have already made the decision to end it. Possibly you and this person have reconciled plenty of times before, but it's always the same thing, but a different day. But saying it's over for real. This person could have negative traits, toxic traits that interfered with your relationship. They could have addictive patterns. Maybe maybe they're just not the relationship that's meant for you to experience, no longer experience. I mean, I like to think that whenever we go through something, there's a reason. I know people say that's like cliche, but the thing is like when you go through shit and you're supposed to learn from it, and if you're not learning from any of the experiences that you've had, then how are you supposed to evolve? How are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to do better in a relationship? You know what I mean? Okay, let me see what else comes out. Since this is a love reading, I took the deck out, emotional storm, but let me see what happens, what comes out. Can you tell us more about this seemingly toxic relationship someone may have been experiencing, that someone is over? What can you tell us about this relationship that someone is over with, wanting peace, have finally made the decision to move on from? Okay, tell me about this relationship. Tell me about this relationship. Abandoned, left out, walked away, cold. This could be the type of relationship where someone has probably left you feeling left out, probably left you feeling like you were alone. Like though you were together, you always felt alone. They may not have been warm, loving, caring towards you. But like it says, walked away. Like someone may be feeling abandoned because you walked away. Maybe this person wanted to continue on with the cycle with you, but you got sick and tired and you were ready, or you already left. You were ready to leave, or you already left. With the sick and tired, and it's over for real. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. Like, yeah, some of you have already learned the lesson and you're ready to move on. You learned that this wasn't the relationship for you. Maybe even understanding the reason why you may have stayed in a connection like that. Understanding, clarity came out. Truth, intentions, honesty. You were honest with yourself. You were being honest with yourself. You saw that there was, as much as you tried to change the dynamic, tried to heal things, it wasn't only you. And this could be vice versa. For all I know, you could be the toxic person watching. I don't know. And then chasing, pursuit, toxicity, resilience. Maybe you resisted this. Maybe you saw the signs and you may have ignored it because of the level of connection and emotion that you had towards this person. But ultimately, you're deciding, or you have decided to move on because you did as much as you could, but you saw how it was affecting you. You're no longer going after this person. I don't know if that was the type of pattern that was going on. Running. Running. I don't know if you were constantly running after this person, or the person was constantly running from you, or you were running from them. I don't feel like it was you, though. I feel like you were putting in the work, but this person wasn't. It said ghosting, disappearing, invisible. You probably felt like this person just wanted to keep you around because of the level of dedication that you were putting into the connection. And they felt like, hey, I could do whatever I want. I could be however I want. The collective, whoever this message resonates, isn't going to leave because they keep taking me back. But you reached your breaking point. You're deciding to put your health, mental, emotional health first, yourself first. And then you turning your back on this person is leaving them feeling abandoned, acting like they're the victim. Someone's acting like they're the victim. It's like, woe is me. Yeah, woe is you. If you have a good thing, why are you going to chase it away? Because we got the chasing and running. Yeah, you were sick of that. If you're going to, whatever you were dealing with, it wasn't worth the effort. I mean, you got the lesson. You finally got the lesson. Probably understood that you deserved more for yourself. You deserved more than what this person was offering you. Yeah. Hollow, empty boredom. Like you saw that this relationship was shallow, possibly on their end. If you were putting in the effort, you didn't see it that way. You were trying to make something work. You were putting in the effort. And it could be a bittersweet decision you had. This was for you. This may have been a bittersweet decision for you to make, or bittersweet, or this relationship was bittersweet because there were good times that you had with this person, but ultimately they were not enough to warrant continuing going on this merry-go-round that you and them have been going on. I mean, this person has possibly had some bad habits. It could be with the way they treated you. It could be bad habits with imbibing, or, with substances. Maybe you saw that this person wasn't going to take care of themselves the way they were meant to. And if you were going to be in a relationship with them, they needed to be healthy. They weren't being healthy. They were being toxic, And I seen toxic environment. Possibly whenever you were around this person, you probably felt sick. It reached a point where you're like, you could have probably didn't like the way you saw yourself. You probably felt like you didn't look like yourself because this person was draining you. It was like they were draining your life force from you because you were always going after them, always wanting to make sure that they were okay, but they never reciprocated that care and concern towards you, not realizing how they were affecting you. Yeah, you have bittersweet. There's memories that you share with this person, but they don't supersede the toll that this relationship probably has taken on you. It says hiding their true feelings, mixed signals, deep emotions, secret love, cold and detached. I don't know if this was someone who did care about you, but they just had some issues that they needed to get over to show that to you. But like I said, if they have affected you in a negative way, you have realized, or you're coming to understand, that this is something that you need to detach from, and it's for your betterment. It's for your highest good. I picked this up, clarity, truth. It's the Ace of Swords. Okay. I don't know if this is something that you've already gone through. This is something that you're experiencing right now, and you're not sure what to do. But this could be providing somebody clarity. If this resonates with you, I think this is maybe your message, So who is the person that's sick and tired? Let's see if we can find out who the sick and tired person is. This deck, it's just a lot of cards. Okay, I'm going to take those two. And then all these fell face down, but I see 3 that fell face up. I was saying, like, left out in the cold, abandoned, 5 of Pentacles. So this is someone that probably left you in lack, left you feeling like whatever you were doing was not good enough, or they felt they weren't giving enough to you. They probably kept you in your head, probably constantly overthinking. Maybe you were overthinking about them, even overthinking the connection with them. And it could have been a connection that moved very quickly for you. Or this is you coming out of that 8 of Swords energy. You're moving out of it very quickly, because I think you've reached this point. And maybe that some of you have reached this point where you're understanding that the problem, you are the problem to a certain extent. I have to be honest, because when we engage in these types of dynamics, we are enablers in some way. And when we keep giving into someone who isn't really giving into us, we're enabling that negative behavior that they've been exhibiting the whole time. Not being generous, not caring, allowing them to get away with being toxic and selfish, and always trying to do the work and not really holding them accountable. So that's where it's our fault when we get in situations like this. And this is why I'm saying that some of you are maybe quickly realizing that, I see where I fucked up. I see where I need to change. And the easiest way you may think, some of you may be thinking, and that could be this sudden epiphany or clarity, or maybe even some sort of message communication that you received that comes out of nowhere, that is a sign or a signal for you to move away from this situation. And I don't know what that is. Let's see. What is the Eight of Wands? What is the Eight of Wands? What is the Eight of Wands? These cards are so slippery. What is the Eight of Wands? What is the Eight of Wands? I don't know if some of you are a fire sign energy. You could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy, or you could just be someone who's really attractive, really magnetic, very successful, magnetic, maybe a leader in some way, a creative, very loving, generous person, right? But in this dynamic, this person probably took the advantage of you. And I think, like I said, some of you may have seen the way you've changed in this relationship, how it's affected your looks. I don't know if this person made you like, they sucked the life out of you. And I mean, like your vitality, like your happiness, your joy, your energy. You feel drained and tired. And I feel like this is something that you may have been realizing. Maybe somebody said something to you. They're like, you don't look the same. You seem different. You look different. You look tired. I don't know if somebody said that to you. That's a very specific message for someone that this may resonate with. Somebody said something. Because I'm asking what the Eight of Wands is and then the Queen of Wands. It could be a Queen of Wands, a fire sign energy that said something about the way you looked. Or it just, someone's like, you don't look the same. You usually look more energetic. You're more vibrant. And like, there's something about you. It seems like you're tired, like you're weak or something. Somebody said something. They noticed. Okay, so the toxic environment. I'm believing that like this is the person you may have been dealing with, you know, or this. Let me see. Who is the person the collective was dealing with? Who is this? The person that the collective is thinking about moving away from? Who is this person? Who is this energetic vampire? Because that's what I'm going to call this person. Who is this energetic vampire? It could have been a Taurus energy because I have Hierophant. I don't know if some of you were dealing with a Taurian. Like, for all I know, this could be somebody that you're married to. Tell me more about this person that the collective, the energetic vampire. I don't know if this person acts holier than thou. I know I could be like that sometimes. Sure. That shouldn't stop. What's the Hierophant? Tell me who the toxic person. Tell me who the Hierophant is. To the collective. I thought Two of Pentacles. Okay. Ay. Two of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. This person could be younger than you. I don't know if you were in a committed relationship with this person, you were married to them, or that you have a kid with this person, a child. This person could be younger than you. It could be somebody that you're married and have a child with. I think that if that's the case, you were trying to keep your family together. You were trying to make sure that you were okay, your kid was okay. Then you were in this. It created like this toxic environment. I think that this could be. I feel like this could be like somebody that you had a child with. You may even be married to. Okay. What is the toxic? What is the repeated pattern for the? What is the repeated pattern? The Lovers came out with the Choice. And then we have Death, Scorpio energy. Yeah, like I was saying that, remember in the beginning, I was saying reconciliation, you and this person, and they broke up, but then you got back together. It was like always this you on and off relationship that you and this person had. And I think, I don't know if this person did it one last time and you were like, it was like the final straw for you. And you started to reflect, look at the relationship, the amount of time, energy you invested in it. And it's like this person always chooses to leave, choose to end, choose to move away. And they leave you there reflecting on your relationship. And I think that this person did it one more time. I don't know how many times this person has done this. Maybe 7 times, because I see the 7 of Pentacles, and then we have the 7 with the Chariot. So 7, 7. We also have 8 with the 8 of Swords and 8 of Wands. That could be years, 1988, 1977. Somebody can be a Gemini, someone could be a Scorpio, someone could have Cancer in the chart, someone could be Taurus, someone could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, with the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. But it's like, yeah, you were left holding the bag way too many times, and you were always the one that was trying to keep everything together, keep things balanced. If you had a family with this person, you were trying to make sure that the home was okay. If you had a child or many children, I don't know if there was many children, but I think it could be at least one child, if there is a child involved. I feel like some of you were trying to, like, whenever this person was inconsistent with you, you were always trying to make sure that you were the grounding force in this relationship. Maybe you're the grounding person in the household, if it's a marriage, a home, a family dynamic. But then it's like this person left. They made a decision to walk away, to move forward. They may have done this quickly, unexpectedly. And then you reach that point, you're like, I'm sick and tired of this shit. I'm sick of this cycle. I'm sick of this thing happening over and over again. It could be you. You may have been the one that decided to leave. You decided it's over for real. Like, you leave, you walk out that door, then it's done. You may have even said that to that person. You may have even said, if I walk out this door, then it's over. If you left, if you packed up and left. For some of you, I think that could be what it is, because you see here the Scorpio energy, then you see this person that looks like a bishop, a priest, and then you have the Hierophant here too. I don't know if this person tried to stop you from leaving. They probably begged you not to end the relationship. I don't know if some of you begged this person not to leave. Not that I look at it. But they left anyway. It's like, whatever this was, you reach that point where you're like, yeah, I'm done with this shit. I'm sorry, like, I'm like channeling, like, if I was you, like, what I would be saying if I was you. It's not funny. I'm just saying, because I'm saying these, like, the curses are coming out. But it could be you reach that point where you're like, you're sick and tired of it, and that it's over for real. Like, this toxicity has to go. Because remember, a toxic environment is only toxic because of the people who are in it. People create toxic environments, unless it's a radioactive sewage plant, like a nuclear plant or something. But you know what I mean. When it comes to people make environments toxic. Okay. Let me see. That could be where the clarity came in too, because you started to reflect on the patterns. You started to look at the patterns, start to see the harm that was caused to you. And if there's a child involved, to your child, and you start to see things clearly, maybe you didn't really notice the pattern before until it reached its peak. And you were like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I have no more to give to this. I have no more. Like this person probably left you feeling empty, feeling like a void, but not because of them leaving your life. It's more like because of what they took from you. Okay, let's do something. It's funny because I saw the King of Pentacles and then I just saw the King of Cups. The kings are typically fixed signs. And fixed signs are Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius. So Cups will be Scorpio, King of Cups will be Scorpio, and the King of Pentacles will be Taurus. So I'm seeing Taurus and Scorpio. So I don't know if it's Taurus and Scorpio relationship, but I do see Cancer too. And Gemini. And fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, with Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. Okay. I looked at the bottom because I was going to ask about advice. I'm trying to figure out how to move forward this reading, but I asked for advice and I got the Nine of Pentacles. I didn't, in my mind I did. And I was, because I'm still figuring out what question I should ask next, because I'm thinking about getting advice cards for you right now. But I see the Nine of Pentacles, and this is about someone who is focused on their stability, focused on being independent, taking care of themselves, moving towards their own goals, especially when it comes to finances. So it could be financial, material security, even stability within yourself. So I feel like in this dynamic, there may have been a lot of instability, insecurity, and which makes sense. I don't know if this person also affected your finances with their antics. You know, we have maybe their toxic behaviors, traits. I don't know if this person had issues with using money for things that were more for the household or for the home or for the family, if it is a family dynamic. I don't know if this person was one that spent money. If there wasn't any children, this person could have just simply been immature and irresponsible with money, irresponsible with your feelings, irresponsible with your relationship, not taking the relationship seriously, often leaving you feeling alone, left out in the cold, which is feeling abandoned too, you know, left out, walked away, cold. But now it's like it's like you're reestablishing your own power. Like you may have been in this energy, just Queen of Wands energy when you met this person, but now it's like you're wanting to find your way back to her. And that means being more independent, detaching from this person and focusing more so on your overall well-being, you know, your finance, your stability, your independence without this person. You finding your happiness, finding peace on your own. Yeah, because whatever you dealt with this person, it took its toll on you. You tried your very best to keep it together, but ultimately you saw this is something that wasn't healthy for you, with the Devil card showing up, you know? Could have been a Capricorn energy too that you were dealing with, or that could be your sign. Yeah, you're no longer confused. You're seeing things clearly. You're seeing truth in the matter. You're seeing the truth of the matter. And like I said, you're taking back your power with the Emperor card showing up. You're taking back control of your life. Because now this is for anybody who needed to hear this, who needed this message. They needed to see things clearly. Maybe they forgot who they were. Used to be a person full of life, full of joy. Maybe you were the type of person who lit up a room, you know? The type of person that everybody would look at, they would see. Your energy was just so amazing. And you could have been just dealing with somebody who was just siphoning it from you, who was draining you, you know? But then it's like you reach this point where you're like, you're done. You're sick of being sucked dry, and you're wanting to rediscover, revitalize yourself, take back your power and choose you. And some of you, you could have left this person. You could have decided to leave them. They may have been the one that always left. Or maybe, like I said, it could have been always that you're always breaking up and getting back together. I don't know who was leaving, but there was definitely a runner chaser dynamic going on. But it got tiring, It became draining. It was no longer, maybe it was exciting in the beginning, the thrill of the chase, but then it got to a point where you're like, this isn't fun anymore. And I need more stability. I need more groundedness. I need a stable partner. I need a healthy partner. I need to be healthy too. Some of you may have felt like being in this connection, you have abandoned yourself. You have abandoned yourself. That happens sometimes too. And then you're quickly realizing that you're no longer the person you used to be, and you're wanting to be that. Wanting to be yourself again. You want to return to yourself. Someone who was independent, who was like sexy and energetic and attractive, and because you may have felt like you gave all that up just for this person. Okay. Let me see, 31, 36. All right. Let's see. I'm going into the witching hour oracle. I want to see, because sometimes they do have advice. Let's see how it resonates for this specific reading. Hi, Dana. Hi, Ethel. I hope you're all doing well. So let's see what advice you have for the collective. Any advice, if any. Is there any advice for the collective? What is it for the collective? One more? One more for the collective that resonates with this reading? No one else says so. Collective that resonates with this reading? No. The first card is Sacred Vows, 15. The Sacred Vows commitment. Okay, 15. 15. Okay. Let's see. Mystics and witches are governed by higher laws. Spirit works through them, channeling love, healing, abundance, self-sovereignty, and compassion for humanity. It is these beliefs guiding the witch through life, and she is committed to honoring the task placed upon her shoulders. This card represents the driving beliefs behind your choices. What is your moral compass? What keeps you aligned to your soul's nature and gives you a bump when you're deviating from your path? What are you passionate about? What are you committed to? What moves you, moves through you, and inspires you? The Sacred Vows guides you to devote yourself to what brings you joy and pleasure, to do more of what excites you, embrace both the simple and complex joys in life, and allow the things that bring you rapture to be held in your life as sacred. Should this card happen to fall out of the deck and land in the reverse, which it didn't, thank God, so we're not going to read that, but saying commitment, devotion, belief system, and prayer and justice. Some of you are creating your own justice. You may be wanting to restore balance for yourself, restore justice for yourself by moving away from the situation, even contemplating moving away if this is something that you're still involved in, something that is no longer good for you, that has caused you more trouble than it's worth, So some of you may need to recommit to yourself, recommit to your health, recommit to your happiness, recommit to your joy, recommit to your healing. Then we have the High Priestess card. Let's see, that's number 14. Leadership, courage, being willing to be first, trusting the unknown. Everyone is a leader, and the high priestess is the card associated with it. Everyone is a leader, even if you don't lead huge crowds to greatness or influence the masses. You are the leader of your life. Didn't I say you're taking leadership? You're taking ownership of your own life? Didn't I say that? But the Emperor card, taking leadership of your own life. Okay. You are the leader of your life and have the ability to take your path in the direction of your choosing. It takes courage. Let me see. Sorry. It takes courage to be a leader, even on a small scale, but your soul came into this lifetime knowing how to step into your greatness. You do not need to know the whole route to take the first step. It would be overwhelming for your higher self to lay out everything that is available to you. The vastness of spirit is too great for any one person to comprehend, but your soul knows just how much to give you at every leg of your journey. The high priestess in tarot represents moving forward without experience and trusting that intuition will guide you to the right path. The message here is similar. The high priestess trusts in her intuition so much that she doesn't question the road forward just because she can't see where it will lead. And others trust and follow her for her bravery and confidence. Trust you are being led to a rewarding and fulfilling life, even if what you feel called to do doesn't make sense. Embrace the desires that are coming to you. Your dreams, your interests, and things you feel strongly about are all clues guiding you to your calling. So this is about knowing and doing what you feel is right for you. You being confident in whatever choices you make and not letting your fear dictate your movements. Your fear keep you stuck in a situation, keep you trapped, especially if you feel like you're in a situation where it's not healthy. You have the power to choose what you feel is the right thing for you to do when it comes to your life. You have the power of choice. You get to decide what path your life is going to head in, because you have the power to choose what you're going to do, what decisions you get to make based on the options are available to you. Like it says, we're not going to be shown every option that is available to us because it can be overwhelming. It can be stressful to us. But it's saying that you have to trust yourself and knowing that you're going to make the best decision for yourself. And trust that everything will go the way it's meant to. But just as long as you believe in yourself and the decisions that you're making. And having faith that all will be well. So the next card that we have for the last, the Witching Hour. Wish card, true intent, manifestation, favorable circumstances. The Witch is the Nine of Cups card in tarot. Will be the companion card. And we didn't see that. Did we see that? The Nine of Cups? Did we ever see this card? No, we didn't. Okay, so let me go back to it. Okay. The Witching Hour card is perhaps the most positive and powerful card in the deck and represents extreme happiness and things coming together in a magical way. This card means that circumstances are highly favorable for your question and situation. You can see the energy of the Witching Hour manifesting in an increase of finances, taking the next step in a relationship, getting a better job, finding the perfect house, or any other number of desirable outcomes related to your question. Additionally, this card is confirmation that your spiritual work is paying off. You are learning and integrating lessons well. Your skills are coming together to create true and pure magic. The universe sees this and will reward your efforts. You are entering into a time of increased manifestation power and should use this time wisely. Define your goals and put them into action from a place of clarity and deep understanding of your desires. So some of you may have lost your way in this connection, but it's like if you decide, whatever you decide, just as long as you're choosing yourself and what's beneficial to you, then you're going to see how things improve, how things will change. The Queen of Wands is known as the Witch Queen. She's the one that is very attractive, magnetic, She gets what she wants. She knows how. She uses her powers. You see, she's the one with the black cat. She's aware of her ability to attract everything that she desires. And it's because of this positive energy that she exudes. You know, when a Queen of Wands is in the upright and she's in a healthy mindset, not jealous, but helpful, happy, creative, and just in her positive element. And that's just like all of us. If we're in this good vibration, then we're able to attract good things for us. But as long as we're dealing with situations that are draining, that are toxic, and that are unhealthy, we're not going to be able to enjoy the good things. Because why would God give you good things when you're not in a good place? Because you're not going to be able to appreciate it. You're not going to be able to accept it and see its value, because you're not in a frequency to see the good. You're maybe in the survival state, and you may take it for granted, you know. But if you're someone who is grateful and aware and happy and in a positive mindset, heart space, and vibration, then you're going to attract things at that level for yourself, you know? So this is a matter of you trusting yourself, being committed to yourself, and trusting that everything will work out for the best when you put yourself in the best circumstances. When you take yourself out of environments that are not helpful, that are not healthy, that create blockages, that create stress, anxiety, that instill and enforce and enable fears or toxic behaviors, or you are around people that are like that, that has an effect on you. That is draining and that is tiring. So if you're in a situation, regardless if it's a love situation, this is supposed to be a love reading. Regardless if it's a love situation or not, because this was meant to be a love reading, in any environment, you're going to have to put yourself first, put your health first, your mental health, your emotional health, your overall well-being, and put yourself in a healthier place. Or try to create a healthier space within yourself so that anything external that may be going on that is toxic doesn't have a great impact on you, if you know what I mean. You know? So that's it for that. I hope this reading resonates with you all in the best way possible. And if you didn't catch the full reading, you could always watch the replay and let me know how it resonates with you then. So I'm going to be ending this live stream. And before I do, I want to say hi to Aina. Hi, Ethel. Aina. Okay, you said you're clean now so you can have the money. Yeah, so whatever you have that's of value, get rid of it. It served its purpose. Try to get as much money as you can. Definitely put yourself first, Ethel. Hello, Aina. So I'm not going to be doing any yes or no questions because it's draining. It's draining. And yeah, it gets a little repetitive, you know? So I'm taking a break from answering those questions. Answering yes or no. I don't know when I'm going to do them again. I don't know if I'm ever going to do them again, but maybe like to celebrate a milestone with my channel or something, I might do something. But yeah, so I'm putting a pause on that. So I thank you all for joining today, giving this video a like, maybe possibly subscribing if you're new. My name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel, and I'm your reader. So I hope to see you next time. I might be going on later today around 5:36 p.m. Hopefully I won't be as late as I was yesterday. Yesterday I was so late, you know, but maybe I'm hoping at the very latest 6 p.m. to do an all signs reading. I'm trying to figure out what kind of reading I want to do. So yeah, I won't be answering any yes or no questions for some time. So I hope you all understand, and I hope to see you next time. Okay? Take care, everyone. Bye. Just submit the application. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to submit the application. You know, you miss 100% of the shots you miss. So don't miss the opportunity, okay, Ethel? Just do it. Okay, so I hope to see all of you or any of you later on today. And if not, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or evening, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Good, Ethel. Bye, Ethel.